In this video, let's see a numerical problem which has three parts to make you understand very well the important property based on inverse trigonometric functions which we understood in the previous video. The question is very simple, you just need to simplify three parts which are given to me. Let's get started by understanding the first part, solve it easily by understanding and not cramming. The answer to the first part is what? Tan inverse tan 3 pi by 4. Let me write the question again for you people. Okay, so it is 3 pi by 4. Now what is 3 pi by 4? It is basically more than the range, the principal value branch of tan. Tan's principal value branch is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. But it is more than pi by 2, you can see. So there is some issue with it. We cannot go by solving the question as it is. You cannot write 3 pi by 4 as theta and you cannot find out the answer as simple. So you need to change some things. What to be changed? Change should be made to make 3 pi by 4 such that the angle lies between the principal value. So 3 pi by 4 can actually be written as what? It can be written as pi minus pi by 4. Now what is tan 180 minus theta? It is minus tan theta. So it becomes tan inverse minus tan theta. And this minus sign actually goes inside. So it becomes tan inverse tan minus pi by 4. Now what is the answer? Tan inverse and tan nullify each other. So the answer is simply minus pi by 4. Right? So the first part is done. The answer is minus pi by 4. What did we do? We just changed the question a bit. The value is changed so as to make it lie between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, which is the principal value branch of tan inverse. What about the second question? The second question is cos inverse cos 2 pi by 3. Let's go about solving this second question. Cos inverse cos of 2 pi by 3. Now what is 2 pi by 3? 2 pi by 3 is something which lies between the value of principal value branch of cos. Yes, because cos inverse principal value branch is 0 to pi and 2 pi by 3 lies between it. So my answer is nothing but 2 pi by 3 as it is, no changes. Why? Because cos inverse cos theta is theta only if theta lies between the principal value branch. What about the third part? The third part is a bit tricky. It is sine inverse sine 2 pi by 3. Now 2 pi by 3, does it lie in the principal value branch? No, it doesn't. Actually 2 pi by 3 is what? It is 2 into 180 upon 3, which is 2 into 60 degrees, which is 120 degrees, which is greater than pi by 2. So we need to change the question a bit, modify it to suit our needs. Let's see what to do. The third part is sine inverse sine 2 pi by 3. 2 into 180 by 3, 2 into 60, which is 120 degrees. So sine of 120 degrees is a bit tricky. We cannot go about it that way. So we change the question, sine inverse sine pi minus pi by 3. What is sine 180 minus theta? It is sine theta only because it is in the second quadrant itself. So it is sine inverse sine pi by 3. Now what is sine inverse and sine doing in this question? They are nullifying each other. So my answer is only pi by 3. So in this question we basically saw three parts related to inverse trigonometric questions, functions, properties, and we solved it, understanding what all manipulations are to be done in order to make the answer lie in the principal value branch. This is the answer 2 pi by 3 to the second part, which I didn't write the answer, so I modified it. In the next video, we'll be seeing the next numerical problem, a bit advanced level for the same properties of inverse trigonometric functions.